Welcome everybody. Tonight we are opening football and baseball. We have an autographed Leaf football jersey, which will be followed by a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures, a third of a case of Leaf Metal Draft football, and then a full case of Diamond Kings baseball. So I know the early stuff sounds like a lot, so if you're here for baseball, you're probably like, oh my gosh, it's going to be forever. It's really not going to be that long. Most of this early stuff is a pretty quick, each of them are pretty quick breaks for the most part. Before we start ripping the plastic on stuff and tearing into packs, have a little information to go over. First up, you'll see here, my feedback is completely automated on eBay. What that means to you is that you never have to wait on me because I am always looking for about 10 more hours in my day than I actually have. So you don't have to wait. As soon as you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get it in return. And the second thing you see there, the most important thing, is to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids with me and breaks with me. Many of you stop by and chat and keep me posted on scores and other stuff too. So thanks everybody for joining. Next up, we're going to take a quick spin through the auctions that are listed over the next 5 days. These are already up on eBay. I do list new things pretty much every night, and they do typically run for a 5-day time frame. So tomorrow night, we're going to do a half case of 2013 Crown Royal football. That's the back half of the case we started earlier. And then we'll do a full case of Prism Basketball Blasters, which will have approximately 60 silver prisms in it. So that is an excellent return on investment for that product. Friday night, we will open a couple of one-box breaks there, including some 17 plates and patches, a full-size football helmet, and then we'll open Contenders Draft Picks Football, which comes out on Friday. We're going to open the first half case of it Friday night. Saturday night, we'll do some 2012 Signature Series baseball, just a little more hit parade, a mini helmet, another half case of Contenders Draft Picks. On Sunday, we'll do some more Prime Signatures, and we'll do another full case of Diamond Kings. Then on Monday, we've got a little multi-sport jersey there. It's a Hall of Fame autographed multi-sport jersey. The last of our autographed footballs, not helmets, but actual football. And then another case of National Treasures football, which I happened across this week. And another half case, or actually it's full case, sorry, of National Treasures and another half case of Contenders Draft Picks. So that's the week ahead, but for tonight, this is also the order that we're breaking in. So it will be the jersey, Prime Signatures, Leaf Metal Draft, and Diamond Kings. As you can see, 2 of those are completely free shipping breaks. That is the football jersey and the Prime Signatures. That stuff usually goes out about 6 days after the auction ends. So look for that to ship roughly Tuesday the 24th. It's always plus or minus a day. And it may go sooner. If you have another package going sooner, it'll hit your ride and head out the door quicker. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, those are Leaf Metal Draft and Diamond Kings. I'm anticipating a Saturday shipping date, and as always, if I can get it out to you faster than that, I will. Finally, if your team is not pulled in a break, which is certainly possible in 3 of our 4 breaks tonight, actually, I guess it's possible in all 4 of them because there are a few teams that don't pull a lot in Diamond Kings. So if you don't hit anything at all in a break, you are still entitled to a consolation card for your team. If you're in one of the free shipping breaks, that will typically go out with your next package. If you are in one of the paid shipping breaks, it will ship out when the rest of the break ships. So that's all the less fun stuff. That's all the housekeeping stuff. Now we're ready to dig in. So first up tonight, a 2018 Leaf. It's actually a 2017 Leaf jersey, but it is a special Summit edition, which was from a 2018 Summit, and they added a little sticker to it and put some different content in it, but the box itself says 2017. But anyway, Leaf autographed Summit edition jersey. Everything that we're breaking tonight ended tonight, April the 18th, and of course we're live streaming it tonight. Team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it. One team, the Giants, I don't know what happened. I couldn't find them. So I don't know if I forgot to list them or what. They weren't in sold items. They weren't in unsold items. So I'll have to research that further later. But yeah, so that's all I know about that right now. If you are in one of the other breaks, of course, you'll get a chance to see your name across from your team when we get to your break. And finally, focus change there. That was by design. Don't worry, we're still going to be able to see everything fine, even though the background went out of focus a little bit. And I see Edward's on here. Hey, you found me tonight. Excellent, man. I don't know what happened last night. Sometimes it is kind of tough, though, to figure some of that out. That's the Industry Summit sticker I was telling you guys about that designates that this is a different product than what the box says. I mean, it's obviously still an autographed football jersey. It's just not the standard 2017 one. That's all. Hey, it's for the Texans tonight. It's for Mr. Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney. There is his signature. You know I'm not going to try to take this thing out of here. It is PSA DNA authenticated. There's our sticker for it. You have a PSA DNA authentication COA card in there as well. And as I knock things over, and there, of course, his name on the back of the jersey. So Texans with a nice little hit with the Jadeveon Clowney jersey. I told you these early ones were quick. I wasn't kidding, man. We go through these early ones. So next up is going to be Prime Signatures. Let me get our spreadsheet up here. Once again, if you are in this break for Prime Signatures, please take a moment to review the info there in regard to your anticipated shipping date, as well as what happens if your team is not pulled. 5 boxes of 2011 Prime Signatures football half case break number 64. It's the back half of the case we started a couple of days ago. And like everything else, it ended tonight, April 18th. And of course, we're live streaming it tonight. All right, a couple things you should know here about 2011 Prime Signatures. The first one is that we may pull some redemptions. If we do pull redemptions, they are going to show that they're expired. You do still want to redeem them in your Panini account, even if it shows that they're expired. Sometimes they still have that stuff. Even as far back as, 2010, I can tell you from experience, maybe farther back than that, but at least that far back. So if they still have it, they'll usually send it within a couple of months of the time you put it in on an expired redemption. So if you haven't, this is just a little checklist thing. So if you haven't gotten anything from them in a couple of months, that most likely means that they don't really have it. So now what happens? Well, that's where it gets fun. It will set in your account for all of time and eternity unless you can find a live person. And if you can find a live person, they will work with you to substitute it. They'll ask you who your favorite team is, who your favorite player is, that sort of thing, and they substitute it with a like value card. The trick is finding a live person. They don't answer the phone. They don't answer their emails. Even the email address that they give you and tell you to contact them for redemptions, yeah, they don't answer it. But you can sometimes find them on social media. So I would always say try Facebook, try Twitter, one of those kinds of things. And sometimes you have to be very persistent and really keep after them. But if you can catch the attention of a live body that breathes and works at the Panini headquarters, they will help you out with it. So that's kind of my story about that. Everything in here is numbered, even our base cards. First up for the Patriots to $4.99, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. Darren Woodson to $4.99 for the Cowboys. Jonathan Stewart to $49 for the Panthers. And our first hit out is for the Raiders. I'm going to pick it back up here in a second. I just forgot to get some sleeves out of the package. And it is Taiwan Jones, numbered to $49. And that, of course, is an on-card autograph. Out of 2011 Prime Signatures, anytime our rookies were at the rookie premiere, it'll be on card. Demarius Thomas to $4.99, Broncos. My man Rod Woodson to $4.99, Pittsburgh Steelers. Darren McFadden to $99 for the Raiders. And our hit, nice hit, Santana Moss to $49 for the Redskins. So yeah, for the Redskins fans, I'm sure you're quite happy with that little Santana Moss to 49. It's pretty cool. Roger Craig to 499 for the 49ers. Jason Witten to 499 for the Cowboys. Jermaine Gresham to 499 for the Bengals. And the dreaded redemption. Boo. We'll set that aside and go back to it. Eli Manning to 499 Giants. Larry Fitzgerald to 499 Cardinals. CJ Spiller 499 for the Bills. And Greg Little to 249 for the Browns. That one is also on card. Jay Cutler, $4.99 for the Bears. Lim Barney, to $4.99 for the Lions. Irving Fryer to $99 for the Dolphins. Our hit is Luke Stocker to $1.99 sticker auto for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the redemption. We're going to go to the Panini website and check this out because back in the old days, they didn't give you the player name on there. So this is Rookie Signature Silver is the card set, and our card number is 186. I'm going to put it in the sleeve too so I can write on it. And let's take a trip over here. Let's travel over to the Panini website and look this bad boy up. It takes a minute to get down through all the drop-down menus, but it is well worth it. I love, personally, that they have this on here and available as far back as they do. It's very handy. All right, we said Rookie Signature Silver, right? Let me just double check that. Yeah, card 186. Make sure I moved you with me. I did. Good. And we got to go way down here. Well, something must be wrong because there is no 186. What did I do wrong here? I'm in 2011. I didn't put Rookie Signature Silver. That's where I went wrong. Let's try this one more time. Rookie Signature Silver. There we go. 186 is, where are you? DJ Williams for the Packers to 199. So the Packers with our redemption. And we will get this. Oh, somebody was like, must have been doing it at home too. Eric. Eric was ahead of me. He already said, he's like, hey, that's DJ Williams. I don't know when you typed that in, Eric, because I was looking at a different screen, but thank you for helping me out with that. So our redemption, Packers to 199. Luke Stocker to 199 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That one is a sticker. Greg Little to 249 for the Browns on card. Nice little Santana Moss to 49 for the Redskins. That one a sticker. And Tawan Jones to 49 for the Raiders. And that one is on card. Eric says he's a huge multitasker. You're probably just faster than I am, Eric. You know, I got to get everything all switched over to the different screen and go through. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I can't quite get it rolling as fast as others. So thank you for that, Eric. I always appreciate you guys chiming in and keeping me company and helping me out with stuff. So feel free, anybody who's hanging around, if you want to jump in the chat. Let me get the spreadsheet set back up here. Here we go. All right, Leaf Metal Draft. This is a paid shipping break. Once again, anticipating a Saturday ship date. Might be able to get it to you sooner. If I can, I certainly will, for sure. If you don't hit anything in this, in Leaf Metal Draft, because it is a paid shipping break, it will still be, your consolation will still be shipped out to you at the time the rest of the break ships. So this is 5 boxes of 2018 Leaf Metal Draft football. This is a third of a case. It is the last of this case. It's also the last of the Leaf Metal Draft I have on hand. And this is break number 6. Spots were sold by the first letter of the last name. So Baker Mayfield would go to the M's, Josh Allen would go to the A's, Josh Rosen would go to the R's, so on and so forth. So that's what we're looking at for Leaf Metal Draft. If you have not opened this before, it's pretty awesome in my opinion. There's a couple of cool things about it. One is the card design. I really like their card design. Leaf usually does a good job. They're nice, clean looking cards, and I'm a fan of them. Pretty much all their card designs. Secondly, everything will be on card in here. They don't mess around with sticker autos in Leaf. It is all on card signatures. And finally, they put them in the boxes already in sleeves and top loaders. So there's minimal handling, which means they're usually in excellent condition. I mean, sure, sometimes when they're being signed, you know, somebody's dragged their sleeve across it or something and scratched it up a little bit or something like that, but it's not super often, and they usually come out in really, I don't know what that one's being crazy. They usually come out in really good shape. So this whole box is acting weird. I'd rather not cut my hand off, so yeah. That would be bad. We don't want to bleed on the cards, right? Oh my gosh, Eric says I'm like an airline steward. I don't know if that's good or bad, man. I don't know. That could be a bad thing. I guess you have 2 exits to the rear and 2 exits in the front. But, you know, there is a certain amount of routine to it. I will grant you that, because there is a certain, you know, you just kind of get in a rhythm of doing it one way, and it does kind of flow the same way most nights, I guess. Eric says he flies a lot, so it's good. Okay, all right. Man, that was awful with the Southwest thing the other day. I mean, golly, there's another reason not to sit in the window seat, right? I mean, that poor lady, that is just terrible. That whole situation was bad. All right, let's lock and load and take a look at Leaf Metal Draft. So first up, we have Troy Fumagalli. That is number 215, and of course that will go to the F for Fumagalli. And then we have Ronnie Harrison for the H's. Yeah, those windows are tiny. Like, I don't even know how it got that lady, but I guess the cabin pressure, just the difference in pressure apparently is like massive and would practically pull an elephant through there if it could. To 20, there is DeAndre Gouldsby. A redemption for Darren Payne, or Deron Payne, I guess, technically. And it's, what does it say? Base autograph. Okay, so we don't know much more about that one. Hey, a little Darius Geis. I like Darius Geis myself. This is number 25. He's a very handy little running back out of LSU, and I think he's going to be pretty good myself. Next up, we have Darren Carrington. That is State Pride and not numbered. And then we have Kiki. I don't know how you say his last name. Is it Kuti? Cote? Yeah, well, I'm sure not Cootie. That would just be wrong, wouldn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I'm terrible with names. You all know that. Then we have Ito Smith, and that is 2 of 2. So there's a very nice low number hit for the S's with Ito Smith. Tenacious D with Minka Fitzpatrick. Nice hit, 235. Here's the big man that the D's are waiting for, Sam Darnold. Nice. We like it. Like it. Jamon Moore. And I think, didn't I just read something about him the other day? Didn't somebody just say, like, he was one of their high value, like, later round picks? I think it was him. Marcel Aitman. Josh Adams. A redemption for DJ Chark, and that is a State Pride wave, will be the card that you'll get for that. Marcus Ball. Does that say Ball? Yeah, Ball. Marcus Ball, numbered to 1 of 1. Hey, it isn't numbered to, well, it is numbered to something, but it is a 1 of 1. So that is a nice little hit right there for the Bees. We've been on a good roll lately with pulling 1 of 1s in recent days. Kenny Hill for the H's, followed by Royce Freeman, State Pride. That one is number 225. And then we have Roquan Smith to 35, followed by Deron Payne again. Cortland Sutton, that's a nice hit too for the S's. That is to 15. Dante Pettis. DJ Moore, Deontay Burnett, an armed and dangerous JT Barrett. That's numbered to 35. And then we wrap it up with a little Calvin Ridley, which, frankly, I like Calvin Ridley. I don't know why they don't project him higher. That is numbered to 10. Because, I mean, I guess because he's, I don't know, maybe because he's not as fast as some others, but, man, he's a heck of a runner. I like Calvin Ridley. All right, so we're going to recap this real quickly. We're not going to do front and back since we already looked at the backs. We're just going to fly through the fronts here again in case someone missed one of them, or you jumped in late, or you just want to see your card again. Now's your shot. And of course, we will have starting Friday night. We have to flip that one over again because it is a 1 of 1. Starting Friday night, we'll be rolling with Contenders draft picks, which is always a lot of fun to break. I actually like Contenders draft picks more than I like Elite draft picks. I mean, I like Elite draft picks, don't get me wrong, I like those too, but I like Contenders draft picks a little better. I like the cracked dice. We're all addicted to the cracked dice, aren't we? Yeah, it's got crack in the name. That should tell us something. But anyway. All right, so that is Leaf Metal Draft all wrapped up. Don't have any more of that, but of course Leaf Ultimate Draft and Leaf Valiant Draft will be coming out in the days ahead, in the weeks ahead, I should say. So it won't be long till we'll have more nice Leaf products to look at. Let me get our spreadsheet up one more time. And for all my football folks who are taking off, thank you once again. I always appreciate you bidding and breaking with me. So hopefully we'll see you again on Friday night, if not before. So once again, if you are in this break coming up for Diamond Kings, I am anticipating a Saturday ship date, and it can go sooner. If something weird happens, it could slide to Monday, but I expect it to be Saturday, and if I can get it out faster, I will. And there are 3 or 4 teams in here that don't pull a lot and have the potential to maybe not pull something. If that happens tonight, of course, your consolation would go out with the rest of your breaks. I have had a couple of teams that only pulled 1 card, had one team that didn't have any cards. So, it is possible anyway. This is 12 times of 2018 Panini Diamond Kings Baseball. It is a full case. Well, they call them inner cases because, basically they just put 2 cases in a bigger box, but there you go. And same format as before with team names on one side and the winning bidders across from it. And we're going to find so much Ohtani in here. It is going to be crazy. Somebody counted them as we went along out of the last case, and it added up to, I think it was like 37 is what he counted. It was 37, 38. I mean, I don't know, a lot of Ohtani in this product. Of course, finding the autograph is what we're really after, but there are loads and loads of parallels in here as well. Just give me a minute to get all the rest of these out of here. I'm sorry, I know it's like shaking the table. I'm giving you motion sickness. Maybe I should just pick the case up while I get the rest of them out. So you don't feel like you're rocking back and forth, right? Okay, so Diamond Kings. It's going to have 2 autograph or memorabilia cards per box. And in some cases it is both an autograph and a memorabilia, but 2 hits per box. And gosh, there's all kinds of parallels in here. There are all kinds of things that Panini kind of technically calls, that they call a short print, that maybe if you're used to Topps products aren't quite as short a printed as a Topps short print would be. But there are some in here, and the variations, when I find one, I'll flip it over and show you what I'm talking about. But like the standard cards, they have this kind of oval frame on the back. When we find one of the variations, it will be a square frame with a circled image inside of it. I know that sounds weird, but I'll show you when we get to it. And what else about this? There's a lot of cards in here for the, is that, no, that's not one either, for the old New York Giants, because there's a lot of older Hall of Fame players in here. Now, of course, the original New York Giants, here's one of them, as a matter of fact, there's George Kelly. The original New York Giants are the current San Francisco Giants. So any of those cards that we pull for the New York Giants will be sent to the San Francisco Giants, because cards always stay with their franchise. And all that information and a whole bunch of other interesting stuff is at the bottom of every listing down there in that little special circumstances area. And Eric says Pirates, Dodgers, and Giants have like 40 cut signatures, and he just wants one cut signature. He's not going to be picky. He just wants one cut signature. Well, we will do our best to make that happen for you, Eric. We'll try really hard. This is an example of what I'm talking about that they're calling a variation. So anytime we see this square frame with the round image inside as opposed to the round or oval frame, you'll know that Panini is considering that a variation. And this one is Lefty Gomez for the Yankees, and of course that was a framed one. Past and present, most of these will have the same team on them. We will run through a couple that will not be the same team on them, and we'll set those aside to deal with at the end of the break, via random or otherwise. That is one of the many base cards of Shohei Ohtani that we will be finding as we go along. And our first hit out of this box is for the Nationals, Andrew Stevenson, with a little relic. And I need to get out some different size card sleeves right now, because that one won't be happy in the other one. There we go. Now Andrew's all nice and happy in there. I'm trying to think what else there is to tell you about this product. I'll probably think of it as I go along. Bryce Harper, that is sepia, of course, and again, they're calling that kind of a pseudo short print, if you will. 500 Club, Eddie Murray for the Orioles. And a portrait of Ted Williams. We'll find a number. You know what? This is numbered, and I missed it until I saw it setting down there. This is an artist proof, which sometimes to me just blends right in there. I don't know why, but it does, the way the light hits it. It's numbered to 99, Nolan Ryan for the Astros. Now, back to there's our portrait, and we will find several of those portraits as we go along through here. Austin Hayes is flipped the other way, but he's maybe a short print, was he? Yeah, he might be technically a short print, sort of, even though I think if they're numbered above 100, they maybe are short prints. Willie Stargell, Gallery of Stars. Once again, that's another one that we'll find quite a few of as we go along. And that is another variation. That one's for the Pirates. I don't know why I keep saying so much tonight. What's my problem? What's my deal? I don't know. 500 Club, Ken Griffey Jr., another Ohtani. That is what the base Ohtani pitching card looks like. Once again, there are multiple variations for Ohtani that we're going to come across. Here's another for the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is the framed version of the same guy we had a minute ago. Trophy Club insert, we'll find plenty of those as well. And Aurora Mookie Betts. Man, the Red Sox tore up Ohtani the other night. What was that? That was terrible. I mean, I was doing a break, but I saw, of course, the recap after the fact. I mean, by the time I got done with the break, he was already gone. They'd already pulled him like 2 innings in. He's gone. Francisco Lindor framed. So, of course, later they came out and said, hey, he had a blister on his hand and whatnot. But Of course, he's not the only one they tore up. They tore up the entire team. Good gracious. They just decimated them. This is an example of one that has two different teams on it. Of course, we have the Yankees and the Angels, so I'm going to set that aside, and we will deal with those at the end of the break. Hopefully, we'll end up with somewhat even numbers, and if that's the case, then we'll split them up evenly. If they end up with an odd number, we'll have to figure out a different plan. Austin Hayes for the Baltimore Orioles, our second hit in this box. It is numbered to 299, and you have a signature and relic. So, we have you a hit, Eric. How about that? It's not your cut signature, I know, but we have you on the board after the first box, so that might bode well for the rest of your evening. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you think it's 110 to 150 are the short prints? For some reason, I thought it was started with 101. So if it does start with 110, then that is another matter entirely. I don't know why I thought it started with 101. Well, I probably just had a dyslexic moment or something. I don't know. And it's hard sometimes to keep it all straight when you're opening a lot of different products, which I do. Sometimes it is hard to keep straight what number series is short print and what, and etc. So I try, but sometimes I might be off. Well, you are probably right, Eric. That is what I'm saying. I am probably the one confused. I mean, my goodness, any given week I open so much stuff, and of course, was opening Gypsy Queen just last night, so I could easily be thinking about something else entirely. So I will take you at your word that it starts at 110. And what do we have here? That is for the Indians. I always say his name wrong. Mejia. I don't know. Something sort of similar to that. And Orlando Cepeda. Nice little insert there. Ahmed Rosario. That is a variation, black and white, for the Mets. And those little dummy cards to try to take care of the pack feelers, you know, all the ones who are trying to find what feels like the hits in it. Yeah. Yeah. So they pull those half the time. That makes me laugh. This is Relic for Zach Granite for the Minnesota Twins. And Alex Verdugo is coming up for the Dodgers. He's card number 109, but I don't know. See, I thought a lot of those rookies were short print, so I don't know if they are or not. Maybe not. Gallery of Stars, Ohtani. A Trey Mancini framed card. Ozzie Albies, that's nice. And Ozzie is 225, even nicer. Atlanta Braves, nice little hit for their rookie with Ozzie Albies. Joe, what are you saying there? I just now looked up and see Joe's typed in Indians or Braves. But what is Masterpiece? What are we talking about? You got to help me. You got to help me out, Joe. Help me out. Another Ohtani, but again, just a base card image. Those are both on the same team or from the same team. Can't be on the same team. Babe Ruth's been dead a long time. This is numbered to 99 for the Braves. I've got so many different stacks going over here, trying to keep some of this stuff separate in case we want to recap it, that I think I'm making a hot mess of it. So we're probably going to end up recapping the hits and the numbered stuff, and I've made a hot mess of all these other stacks, I think. Jose Altuve, Sepia for the Astros. Oh, Joe, you're saying you want a 1 of 1 Indians or Braves. I got you. I didn't know I didn't know what you meant. But Eric says that's what that meant. I don't know how I didn't know what that meant, but I didn't. There's another Ohtani. That one is the Aurora insert. Well, I will try my best to find you a 1 of 1. We did pull a 1 of 1 in the last case of Diamond Kings. There is Gary Sheffield. That is to 25. And this happens to be for the Mets, because this on the back is talking about his 2009 season, which of course would have been the Mets. Once again, just remember, any of these that say New York and are in orange are actually the original New York Giants, which will go to the current San Francisco Giants, because cards stay with their franchises. The New York Mets in here actually have a blue banner going across them, for what that's worth. For those of you who might be playing at home by watching the colors across the bottom. Oh, the first 1 of 1 set was Fleer Ultra Masterpiece. I did not know that. That is some new trivia for me. Thank you, Joe and Eric. Always like learning new stuff. So I'll have to file that one away. I'll have to try to remember to credit you, because I'll use it somewhere along the way, I'm sure. To try to give you credit where it is due when that time comes. I think our 1 of 1 out of here the other night was Brandon Woodruff, maybe. That sounds right. But we pulled I don't think we pulled one last night. And that's the first night in 4 or 5 nights that we hadn't pulled a 1 of 1. And then, of course, we got one tonight in Leaf Metal Draft. So we're back on the train again now. Back on our 1 of 1 train. Harry Hooper. Now, there's a guy you don't see often. This is numbered to 5. 4 of 5 for the Red Sox with a nice little framed Harry Hooper. Pretty cool. Those are both Astros, so we don't have to worry about doing anything with that for random. And now we have a numbered Tony Gwynn portrait for the Padres. It is numbered to 25. We're finding a lot of numbered stuff tonight, and lower numbered than we've had in some of the past cases. And just not for nothing, but I haven't seen as many Ohtani base cards come out either. So I wonder if that means we'll have a big Ohtani hit in here somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. Andahar for the Yankees. Relic. Just a theory, just a theory. Rhys Hoskins, black and white, Philadelphia Phillies. .500 Club, Reggie Jackson. Another past and present, that one for the Red Sox. I gotta move my stack over here. Hold on 1 second, please. Gotta move a stack, wake up a screen. Now we're back in business. All right, so that's for Boston. We don't have to worry about doing anything with it in random. Austin Hayes once again. And that is card number 102, so may or may not be a short print. Ohtani Gallery of Stars again. Okay, so Eric looked it up, and the short prints are 101 to 150. Okay, so that is what I thought, but then when you said that, I'm like, maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so that was, for instance, that Austin Hayes that went by there was a short print as well. Lefty Gomez variation. 500 Club with Big Poppy. Max Scherzer framed for the Nats. Lots of Mickey Mantle in here in various configurations. I'm still really surprised that his family signed those rights over to Panini last year for the Dodgers. A framed you know, I mean, they had been with Topps for so long. I can't even imagine how much money Panini must have thrown at them. It must have been a lot for Mickey Mantle's family to say, okay, we'll come away from Topps and over here to you. Another Ohtani. Mitch Garvey for the Minnesota Twins. That is also a short print. Eric says, don't listen to me. Another Gallery of Stars. Well, I told you, Eric, it is easy for me to get them mixed up in my head sometimes when I'm opening a lot of stuff. So I figured you were probably right, and I was probably wrong. Vieira for the White Sox. He hung out until practically the last card, didn't he? I was beginning to think, like, good grief, are we going to get shorted a hit in here? What's going on? All right, give me 1 second, and I am trying to... Did I keep that separate? No. All right, I was trying to keep my short prints in a separate stack. Let me go back and check that real quick, because those are the other inserts. All right, I think they're more or less in a somewhat separate stack. In a pseudo stack, anyway, so that we can recap the majority of them. I may have accidentally put a couple of them in the wrong place, but we'll be able to recap the majority of them, I think. Can you even believe Diamond Kings sold out this year? I mean, right now, we could go back and buy Diamond Kings for the last probably 2 or 3 years directly from Panini. Like, they still have a bunch. Sold out of it this year. They made less of it, too, I think. And they made less of Donruss as well. Of course, sold out of it. Which means they'll probably make less of Optic, and that will just make me sad, because I really like Optic. But it doesn't really matter, because you know what happens on Wednesday? 1 week from today, Bowman, baby. Oh, yeah, it's Bowman baseball time. 1 week from today. I'm so excited. I love the prospecting. You all know this about me, at least those of you who break with me often. You know how much I love the prospecting. So I am super jazzed about Bowman coming out. Andrew Stevenson for the Nats. That is a little short print there. A lot of the rookies in particular are short prints in here. Not all of them, obviously, but many of them are. The Babe. Nice little framed Babe Ruth for the Yankees. There's a portrait Shohei. Reggie Jackson Gallery of Stars. Don't see that one as much. Lloyd Wainer. Whoops. Lloyd was stuck to another card there. Once again for the Pirates. Both teams both players on there play for the Indians, so we don't have to worry about that. Buster Posey Aurora. Oops, there's another Ohtani. I am trying to keep the Ohtanis kind of stacked separately in case someone wants to flip through them again at the end. Rhys Hoskins, black and white variation for the Phillies. Oh, yes, I love Bowman, Eric. I love it, love it, love it. And I couldn't get as much this year as I normally am able to get. I mean, which I was kind of surprised, because but whatever, that's what they told me, that they didn't have as much as they normally have. I don't know how much of that's true and how much of that is they just thought, oh, let's hold some back and we'll sell it for a whole lot more money later. But at any rate, I think I've got maybe 6 cases or so of it coming, so enough that we can have some fun, but not as much as I had hoped for. There is Andrew Benintendi to 49. And he's number 1 in the series. You know I love that. First in the series and last in the series. So that is number 1 of 49. Benintendi for the Red Sox. Brooks Robinson. There's a little short print for the Baltimore Orioles. And what's going on here with Johnny? He is framed. Portrait Mickey Mantle. Ooh, is this going to be our next hit? Walker Buehler. That's going to be nice. Yeah, it is for the Dodgers to 299. Walker making the Dodgers happy. Big Poppy. Framed and numbered. That is numbered 299. Boston all of a sudden on a little streak there, aren't they? I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like those boxes like close in on me sometimes. It's just like I gotta move them a little bit. I don't like it when they tower up there so tall. Oh, I forgot again to list that Leaf greatest or best of, which is it? Greatest Hits Baseball. I forgot again to get that listed. I keep meaning to do that every night, which is why I have it sitting there to remind me. And still, I do not have it listed. Daggone it. And it's an expensive box of cards. I need to break that thing. That's $600 sitting there in that box. Not to mention the fact that I'm dying to know what's in it. I've been kind of tempted a couple times to open it up myself. Like, no, I can't. I can't. I want to open some other stuff for myself more than I want to open that, I think. I do want to open that, but with Bowman coming around the corner, yeah. I have to moderate. But the greatest hits, I will list it as a random team break and a fixed price. And then whenever we sell through all the teams is when we'll break it. Because I think, you know, I don't know if everybody is, you guys probably are, but they're probably not as many bidders familiar with that. And they might think it's like best of, which of course is maybe a $200, $225 box cards versus a $600 box cards. Toronto Blue Jays framed for Urena. So I don't really want to just risk listing it outright and have it sell for $200 or something. So that's probably what I'm going to do with it. Harry Hooper, that is a variation for the Red Sox. Gallery of Stars, Ozzie Smith. You know what I did, though, today? I did open some Cooperstown for myself. And I pulled a Tony Perez out of it. You know I like the Reds, so I was happy about that. Joey Votto, speaking of my Cincinnati Reds, and that is a short print as well. So I thought it was kind of cool to pull Tony Perez out of there. Francisco Lindor, Aurora. I bought like, I don't know, 3 or 4 boxes of Cooperstown and some Golden Age and different stuff like that. And one of them, I just decided I wanted to crack it open myself. That must have been because Tony Perez was calling to me. This is Victor Caratini, and that is not numbered. Victor is a Chicago Cub. Here's another Ahmed Rosario. This is a variation black and white for the Mets. And Willie Stargell. Hey, Atlanta Braves, you're going to have another cool hit. Greg Maddux. I like pulling some of these guys. So you have a nice little Greg Maddux relic, Braves, to go along with your Aussie Albies from earlier. Here's a framed Kiki for Chicago Cubs. Past and present both for the Astros, so we don't have to worry about that. There's another Ohtani. Robinson Cano framed for the Mariners. Past and present both are Dodgers, so we don't have to worry about them either. Ichiro. Short print for the Marlins. Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners. Of course, I like to think of Ken Griffey for the Reds, but most of the time it's Ken Griffey for the Mariners. Okay, I did a nice job getting into that box, didn't I? Oh, yeah. So this box that I'm taking out of the wrappers right now represents our halfway point. So after we look at this box, we'll be at exactly halfway through the case. 6 down and 6 to go. The only thing I don't love about Bowman is the fact that it has a lot of base cards. But really, most of baseball, frankly, has a lot of base cards, so you just kind of have to get over it and go on. But like Heritage, Gypsy Queen, this, I mean, all the stuff that I like to break in baseball, not all of it, but much of it, is very base card heavy, which just takes so long to break, so long to sort. Ohtani base pitching. A Walker Buehler short print rookie card. Followed by a Rhys Hoskins short print rookie card. And Mark Grace for the Diamondbacks to 20. That's pretty cool. If you have the Arizona Diamondbacks, I don't think you probably had to spend a whole lot of money tonight. And that is a pretty awesome little hit to 20. You have a pinstripe on your relic. You've got a piece of the bat. And I'm a fan of that hit. Diamondbacks. Honus Wagner variation for the Pirates. Yeah, Eric, right? I mean, that's the reason that people forget sometimes, I think. Teams that don't have hot rookies or whatever, and so sometimes they don't get as much in the way of bids, and they'll sell for a low price. And understandably so, because a lot of times you may break however many cases and not hit anything awesome, but then you pull something like that, and it's like, oh yeah, that is so worth it. Carlos Gonzalez for the Rockies. And that's the thing, and I'm guilty of it too. I mean, I forget sometimes when I'm bidding on products, I forget to think about, like, what could I possibly pull out of, Hall of Famers and such. Because it's tendency, I think, for all of us to want to gravitate towards the rookies. I mean, it's what we all do. Aurora Springer. And then you see something nice like that comes out and it reminds you, hey, can't forget about some of these other teams. That is Herrera to 49 for the Phillies. Framed, of course. Framed and numbered. Oh gosh, is that all it sold for, Eric? Well, that's a bummer. You're saying that's all the team sold for. I thought you were saying that's all that card sold for, and I was thinking, wow, that is really low. But you mean the team. Oh, well then, yeah, somebody got an excellent deal. Jose Altuve, sepia. And I'm glad, too, because some of those teams, you know, like I said, it's hard in certain products. It's hard to spend much on them because it's an all or nothing. You're either going to get nothing or just base cards, or you're going to get something awesome. So you do have to sometimes moderate your spending in situations like that, because it may take you several breaks before you pull something sweet like that. We already looked at these, did we not? Yeah, we did. All the inserts, everything are already gone. Yeah, I actually would have thought that card, well, I guess because it's, yeah, that's probably about right. I was going to say I thought it would have been more like a $50 or $60 card, but yeah, you're probably right. It's probably in about that range, maybe $30, $40, something like that, out of this set. Even so, I think it's a cool hit. I like it. It's definitely worth the buy-in. We'll put it like that. Now we just need to find a cut signature, or a sweet little 1 of 1, or a sweet little Ohtani. Well, and it all depends, too, on why someone bought the team. I mean, because sometimes we buy teams because we're fans of the team, in which case you're happy when you get almost any hit. Sometimes we buy teams with the idea of reselling what you get, and then that factors into how happy you are when you pull something, depending on what it is. So it depends on why they bought the Diamondbacks, but I like it. So hopefully they do too. Past and present, Judge and Ruth again. Man, we have pulled like so many of this guy tonight. We have pulled like, seems like 100 of him for the Pirates. I'm sure it's not that many, obviously, but it seems like we're pulling him quite frequently. Cody Bellinger. Little materials, little relic for the Dodgers with Mr. Cody Bellinger. Another Ohtani base. What did you say there, Eric? You've studied this set. You have the top 4 teams with several of them fairly affordable. All right, well, cool. George Springer. Yeah, you have to sometimes on products like this, you really do have to deep dive to kind of figure out where you want to end up. $249, that is Victor Robles and the Washington Nationals. And it is a nice little hit for the Nats. There again, we have 2 different teams. We'll set it aside and sort it out at the end of the break. Figure out where that goes. An Aaron Judge variation with the All Rise nickname on there. Ozzie Albies, that is a short print rookie base card. Another Aurora Springer. I laid that down too fast, didn't I? You didn't get a chance to look at Greg Maddux. I just laid him right down there on the table, didn't I? Shoeless Joe Jackson for the White Sox. That's a variation image. Yeah, we pulled that weird Victor Robles out of here the other night with the signature signed ERB. And then the next break, we pulled what I thought was always Victor Robles' signature. And somebody said, in chat that no, he sometimes signs his things with the initials ERB. Why? Why would you do that? I don't know. Brian Anderson for the Marlins on that short print. That just seems weird, doesn't it? I mean, that's just not even his name, so I don't get it. Why he would most of the time sign his name properly and occasionally sign it with the initials ERB. I thought they had put the wrong sticker on it when I saw it. I was like, man, somebody's going to have to go back to Panini and try to figure that out and get it switched out or something. And now someone jumped into chat and says, no, he signs that way sometimes. So Eric has a theory in chat as to why Victor might occasionally sign his name that way, but I'm not going to say it since this is a family program. I'm not gonna say what Eric typed in there, but if you're in chat, you will get a little chuckle out of that. Speaking of, be kind of late at this point in the game, but if you are watching live and you can't figure out chat, you need to log into YouTube. That would be step one. And if you're on a desktop or a laptop, that'd be the only step. You should be able to see chat. But if you were watching on a phone or a tablet or other mobile device, you would also have to click on the link that says view the desktop version. So, hey, no, Eric, I'm all about it. You can type whatever into chat. I just don't say it out loud. So if someone, you know, that shouldn't be seeing that Dustin Pedroia was a short print, then maybe they're probably not logged in anyway. They wouldn't be able to see it in chat. I'm just not going to say it out loud. And that's not even a bad thing anyway, which typed in. It's just, again, I have to keep in mind that sometimes oftentimes actually, people are watching with their kids and stuff. And so I try to keep it, clean. Honus Wagner for the Pirates again. Don't say type whatever, because then that's just like an open invitation for you, is it, Eric? Okay, I retract that then. Retract. There is a Victor Robles variation black and white for the Nats. Yeah, we're late enough at night now anyway that there's probably not too many. Well, there's a time difference though, so there could still be some kids watching potentially. And the Padres with a short print with Manny, although they called him Manuel on that card. They were very formal. Here comes Ahmed Rosario for the Mets. Hey, we got a pinstripe on one of our relics there. Nice. I always like to get the pinstripes. Gives me an extra little thrill when we get a pinstripe. Shohei Ohtani. That is definitely a variation. Finally, we pulled a lot of Ohtani base, so it's nice to see a little variation come out for him. Babe Ruth framed for the Yankees. Another Ohtani base. I haven't looked at Ohtani's paper cards, just his base paper cards. How are they doing? Are they like Aaron Judge did last year? I mean, there was a while last year where Aaron's paper cards go $10, $12, $15. Yeah, I don't know, Eric. Not too many people chatting tonight. Yeah, I don't know. You're keeping me company, though. I like that. Juan Gonzalez to 299 for the Rangers. Relic and autograph. Just kind of in general, I have noticed that people don't chat as much in baseball breaks for some reason. Seems like they chat really the most in football. And sometimes yes and sometimes no in basketball, and not nearly as much in baseball most of the time. I don't know why. It's weird. Artist proof, Dustin Pedroia to 99 for the Red Sox. But it probably also depends on how you're watching and where you're watching, right? Because sometimes it's just not convenient to be typing into chat if you're watching on a little tiny mobile phone screen or something like that. And I wouldn't want to be typing in there either. Nah, pass. I see. I looked over your comment a minute ago when you said professional like an airline attendant. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. I don't know. In my sales managers kind of what I do most days. So that's probably where it comes from. Sometimes you just seem like you go over the same stuff repeatedly, but you kind of sometimes have to go over the same stuff repeatedly. So that's probably where that comes from. And like I said, it's just kind of a routine. Once you get used to doing it a certain way or saying things a certain way, I think you just kind of roll with it. Oh, not bad then. His base, Eric says Ohtani's paper base cards are still going for around $5 a piece. And that's not bad. And they'll probably jump back up if he continues on a good track. I mean, obviously that was not a good outing against the Red Sox, but I'm sure that was not indicative of how the whole season's going to go. Caratini again. This is to 299. So once he gets back out there and pops a couple more homers and wins a few more games, and that price will go back up again, I'm sure. I'm talking about just the paper base. For the Phillies, Nick Williams framed. Because there was a period of time, I mean, last year, of course, Aaron's cards kind of were all over the map. They were really strong. They took a little dip, and then they came back pretty good again. I mean, he was kind of, he had little ebbs and flows last year as well. So I would imagine this will be the same way. Musial. And, of course, the variations and things are still going to do very well for Ohtani, I imagine. And, of course, any signature. Harrison Bader, rookie short print for the Cardinals. You said some of the paper variations are 10 plus. Yeah, you're right. It does add up if you get very many of them, for sure. Buster Posey, sepia for the Giants. And there's something to be said for how many of them are out rolling around at any given time, too. So, because there are a lot of different variations for him in this particular set. Roberto Clemente. That's pretty cool. I always liked Roberto Clemente. So that's a nice little variation. Nolan Arenado, framed and numbered to 49. I am still just proud of him for charging the mound the other day. I mean, that was just so awesome. And that poor little pitcher, all he did was just throw his glove at him and run. Oh, Nolan would have probably beaten him into the ground if he'd caught up to him good. Kansas City Royals, George Brett, short print. And I know we shouldn't laugh about the fights, but I mean, come on. It's kind of like it is in hockey. The bench clearing is just going to happen periodically, and when it does, it's always fun to watch, as long as nobody gets seriously hurt. Here comes Aaron Judge for the New York Yankees. And that is numbered to 99 with a little quad relic there. So, cool hit. Speaking of the man, the youngest to get to, what was it? The youngest to get to 60 home runs or something. Isn't that right? Well, why can I not find? I'm telling you, I hate these boxes. I have some kind of mental block about getting in, actually just getting the box open for Diamond Kings. I have some weird mental block about it. Cannot get in there. I don't know what the problem is. Yeah, I will say we have not found as many Ohtani in this break, at least as we did in the last break. The last break there were, oh man, 8 or 9 different cards, different images, and a lot of them. Although we've pulled a lot tonight, we haven't pulled as many variations tonight. So I'm still hoping that maybe that means somewhere hiding in this case is going to be an Ohtani auto. That's what I choose to believe anyway. That's what I will continue to believe until we've looked at the last of it and I'm proven either right or wrong. But I would like to pull that for somebody for sure. That would be nice. D-backs, Anthony Banda, and framed. Evan Longoria, short print for the San Francisco Giants, which is still kind of weird to think about. Freddie Freeman, short print for the Braves. And this is numbered to 99 and is Bobby Thompson. Good old Bobby Thompson. Why I said good old Bobby Thompson? I just did. Something about just the Bobby Thompson name. I don't know. Joey Gallo relic for the Rangers. And the Rangers are another one of those teams that they don't pull a whole lot of base cards. So they're either going to pull short prints or relics or whatever. So I'm always happy when they pull something too. Shoeless Joe again. I don't know that Shoeless Joe Jackson should be on a card though, really, right? I mean, he was involved with trying to fix the World Series, so that's maybe not the best ringing endorsement. Trey Mancini. What are you saying the Giants about? Oh, Eric, are you putting out the power of positive thinking for the Giants? Is that what you're doing there? Or are you telling me something about the Giants that went by that I missed? I'm not sure which one. I'm thinking that you're probably putting it out in the universe and trying to conjure it up, but I'm not 100% sure. Alex Bregman, Houston Astros. Hey, that's nice. $2.99, piece of the bat and a piece of the jersey plus signature. We pulled a nice little Alex Bregman 1 of 1 out of Gypsy Queen the other night. Another Victor Robles variation black and white. All right, 2 boxes left. Oh, the Bobby Thompson. See, I forgot already. I told you how my mind works. Yeah, I had just been talking about good old Bobby Thompson, and I still missed it, didn't I? That's what you were talking about. Yeah, I know. All right, we have to put our collective mojo to work here. and try to find some big booming hits in these last two boxes. Cut signature would be good. Any cut signature. I know you specifically want one for one of your 4 teams, but in general, I would consider a cut signature to be a big booming hit, if we could come across that. Ooh, my tablet just did something weird there. Oh, I don't know what it just did. Popped up with some kind of strangeness. Oh well, I don't know. We'll just leave it be. You have to use multiple devices to do the break. You can't watch the break in the chat and whatever on the same thing that you do the break on. There's another Ohtani, because it gives you all kinds of weird feedback and strange stuff happening. And there's another Ohtani. So I have to watch one to make sure that the software is acting correctly, and then I have to watch another one the same way you would watch it on a tablet, so I can see chat and all that stuff. For the Astros, numbered to 99, Dallas Keuchel. A framed Alex Verdugo for the Dodgers. Cool. Framed and short print, of course. Another Ohtani. I'm kind of more or less setting his aside so I can see if we hit close to the same number that we hit the other night. Just curiosity thing now. For the Dodgers, that one framed. Aurora Andrew McCutchen for the Giants. And there's another Ohtani Gallery of Stars. A Lou Gehrig variation. Oh, shoot. Did I just stack that on my short print? Daggone it. I'm telling you, I've mixed those stacks in together, I think, more than once tonight, sadly. Because there are so many things to stack up out of here. Can't keep them all separate. Frank Thomas for the White Sox. Nice. With his nickname variation. Matt Olson for the Oakland A's. Yay. I say yay because Oakland is one of the teams that if you don't hit a signature or a relic, about the only other thing you're going to hit is a short print rookie base. So again, I'm always happy when those teams have something come out for them. Devers for the Red Sox, short print. Oh, could it be? Could it be? Daggone it. Okay, well, I got all happy there for a minute because it was faced the other way. I thought maybe we were going to get lucky. It is still a short print, though. So, I mean, that part's cool. That's good. But I really wanted that to be signed. I so wanted that to be signed. Now we're down to one box. One box left. One sad little lonely box. Well, of course, we have a whole nother case, but that's for a different night. One little box left for 2 nights. I would open more Diamond Kings if they had less base cards. But it's a lot to get a case of this opened. As we see, because it's already 11:30, 11:20. Yes, actually. We probably had 20 minutes of other breaks, maybe 30 before we started this. So it's probably about an hour to break it. I guess that's not too bad. Eric, the next case is already listed. Hang on a minute, and I'll check the spreadsheet and tell you when it is. Might be, I started to say Sunday, but no, I'm not sure. But I'll tell you here in a second. I can't switch your view right now because I have cards open and out on the table. I will put that spreadsheet up again at the end of the break after we do the recap if you want to look at the rest of the week, but we'll check this for you right now. Sunday night is the next case of Diamond Kings, and it is already listed, and we're going to start earlier that night. We're going to start at 9:45, and there's not much else going Sunday night. A half case of prime signatures, which, as you know, takes like no time because we did one of those tonight, and then we'll do the last full case of Diamond Kings. So what I have on Sunday night will be it for Diamond Kings. Because why? Because we're getting ready to open Bowman next week. That's why. We got to be ready to rock and roll on Wednesday. Another variation, Frank Thomas, The Big Hurt. Chipper or Lou Boudreau? Okay, Chipper or Lou Boudreau. I knew I'd get it out in a minute. Stan Musial framed for the Cardinals. All right, Joe, let's try to make it happen for you. Let's try to conjure it up. Here is a cut signature, guys. We did conjure up a cut signature. How about that? There's the power. There is the collective power of positive mojo right there. This is Buck Leonard is our cut signature. It is numbered 225. And do I know? I do not know Buck Leonard. So we're going to have to look that up, okay? I will look that up in a bit because I don't know who Buck Leonard played for. Probably I should know. I know. Somebody's going to yell at me for not knowing, but I don't know. But we will look it up. Or I will look it up. I didn't see a team on it. That's what I'm saying. It has career batting average. It says Homestead on it. And that's what it says. So that may be one of those things where I'm going to have to go back and see what team became what team, became what team, became what team. But I'm going to look it up in a bit. So, Johnny Pesky. Eric says Leonard is one of two players who do not have a major league team. Well, they have. Well, so you're saying their franchise, their original team didn't become another team hooked to a current franchise. Is that what I'm understanding you to tell me that your belief is? Cody Bellinger. Well, but some of those, though, don't some of those still connect to other teams? Well, I don't know. We'll look it up and figure out what we're going to do with him here in a bit when we get through the rest of this pack. Dylan Peters for the Miami Marlins. Wouldn't it just figure? I pulled the cut signature, the one that had one of two that would have to be researched, and I'm going to pull that one. Yeah, that's just the kind of luck I have, isn't it? But hey, I'm happy we pulled it, so it's all good from there. There's a short print, Nolan Ryan. Jimmy, you're on here tonight. Hi, Jimmy. Harrison Bader, that is a short print rookie hit for the Cardinals. All right, now Mr. Buck Leonard here. Maybe that ends up having to go by way of random, but I want to see what I can find out about it first. I know some of you are probably waiting for a recap and some other stuff, but I don't want to leave this one hanging. If it's something that I'm pretty confident I can find after the fact, like just tracing across franchise histories and stuff, I don't mind leaving it sit. But on this one, I want to look this up. All right, so his original team, the Homestead. By the way, I just noticed that there is some chipping. You guys can probably see that down there, bottom edges and corners, and actually a little bit on upper edges and corners too, just by the by. All right, so da-da-da-da-da. Okay, blah, 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 blah. I'm still just reading here about the Homestead Grays, which apparently were also known as the Washington Grays and the Washington Homestead Grays. And they came from another team, the Murdoch Grays, the Homestead Grays. Yeah, and then that's it. So, and then the franchise just died, is that right? East-West League died, okay. All right, well, I guess then, as best I can tell, by the way, guys, I can't see chat while I'm looking at this because I'm looking this up on my tablet, so just by the way. So I believe then this is going to end up going to random. Yeah, because there's no affiliated team. The franchise died out. It was not bought out, merged with, or otherwise incorporated into any other franchise. So there is no other history to chase on that. So now everybody's in chat. Yeah, now everybody's like, hey, I'll take it. All right, so what do we need to do? We've got to do a couple of things. First, we need to hot foot it over here, not to this page, though. That's the page I was looking at a second ago. We're going to come over here, grab each of our teams from the spreadsheet, and then roll over to random.org, whereby I'm going to paste them all in. And basically we do have 30 teams in here. So I'm not going to do random multiple times. With 30 items in there, I don't see any need to do it multiple times. So I scrolled through there. You saw all of the teams were in fact cut and pasted in there. I will hit random one single time. Whatever team comes out on top is going to take the cut signature. And that is the Seattle Mariners. All right, so the Mariners are going to walk off with our nice little cut signature of Buck Leonard to 25. And you know what I'm going to do? Yes, I'm going to put it in a top loader right now so I can write on the back of the top loader that it is the Mariners, and that way I don't have to try and remember that or have to go back and watch it later. So give me a second to get that done. And then we'll recap. Okay, so our Buck Leonard cut signature just given out to the Mariners by way of random.org. And then our other stack of hits here. Oh, we've got this to deal with too, though. How many of these are there? There are only 3. Would figure there's not an even number. We're actually going to have to go back to random real quickly because this has both the Angels and the Yankees, and we do not have an even number of cards, so I cannot split them evenly. So in this case, I will put in Yankees first, Angels second, because I either will go top to bottom or left to right anytime I'm entering a card into random. And I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It is the third and final random that will tell us where those 3 cards are going to go. So let's get that taken care of real quickly. All right, so first one, ignore it. Second one, ignore it. Third and final, there you'll see 3 times our date and time stamp. It comes up Yankees. So that means these little cards right here, they're all the same card, but they are going to the Yankees. So that's done. Matt Olson for the A's. Keuchel, Bregman, Gallo, Mr. Judge, Caratini, Gonzalez, Rosario. And somebody's wanting to hang out and stay down there. That is Andrew Stevenson, followed by Dylan Peters, Cody Bellinger, Carlos Gonzalez. Nice little Mark Grace to 20. I still like that hit. Greg Maddux, Caratini again, Walker Buehler, Andrew Benintendi, Vieira, Andahar, Albies, Granite, and Austin Hayes. So those are our hits. I believe I have all of our numbered cards set up separately. If I accidentally stacked one into one of the incorrect stacks, well, you're still going to get it. It would just mean we wouldn't see it in the recap if I accidentally stacked it in the wrong place. So to 99, that one's to 49. This is 99, 49, 99, 99, 25. Numbered 25, this is 4 of 5. This one also to 25, that to 99, and that to 99. So those are our numbered cards. Our short prints, once again, possible I may have stacked some of these in kind of the wrong stack, but these are the ones that I know I stacked in the right stack. If there are others, obviously you're still going to get them. It's not like I wouldn't send them. It would just mean we're not recapping them if I stack them in the wrong spot. That's all. And finally, we're going to do a quick little blow through of our Ohtanis just because I want to. So just because I want to see what we pulled. So that one is a short print. And I'm just basically trying to get an idea of what all came out of here tonight. And honestly, if you have Ohtani, that is that's a variation, but not technically a short print, I guess. If you have the Angels, you probably kind of want to know yourself anyway what to expect given the investment price to buy the Angels these days. All right, so there are all of our Ohtanis. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 different ones. So I guess we really did probably pull close to the same amount that we've pulled in prior breaks. They're just in different configurations this time, I guess. And that's pretty well it for this evening. So I did say I would put that spreadsheet up again. So give me a hot second. I will do that for anyone who might have missed it earlier. For those of you who are taking off, once again, thank you. I always appreciate you bidding and breaking with me, hanging out with me, keeping me company, and all of that stuff. And we are on the wrong page. That's the page I wanted to be on. So there again, the shipping information if you didn't happen to catch it earlier. And we will flip over and do a quick little rundown. This is the stuff that's already listed on eBay, breaking over the course of the next 5 days here. And the next baseball, of course, is Sunday night, or the next full case of baseball. I mean, we've got some signature series up there. We've got some limited edition baseball and that sort of stuff. But the next case break of baseball is Sunday, and some odds and ends on Saturday. So that's what we're looking like. And yeah, I guess that's it. I got a lot of work to do. I got all this stuff to put in top loaders and get sorted and organized and all that. So I'm going to head out for tonight. Thanks once again. Until I see you next, take care. Bye bye.